Well, good morning. It is Sunday, November the 6th of 2022. Year's almost over. I hope you had a good week last week and are off to another good start today. Well, this past week I had the opportunity to finally connect with an individual that I've known for years. We've known each other for years, and we see each other from time to time, and we just have some brief chats from time to time. But we finally had a chance to sit down for several hours and just talk. We put our phones on vibrate and we check them about once every hour or so for a few minutes. But for the most part, we just sat and we talked about some things that had happened in the past as individuals and then as things that had occurred to both of us together. We talked about some of the things that are going on in our life right now. And we talked about some of the things that we are hoping to do in the future, and it was just a wonderful time to spend without the cares of the life interrupting. And one of the things that we commented on is common to everybody. Everybody is so busy. We are pulled in so many different directions. It's just hard to sit. It's just hard to sit and be quiet and just collect our thoughts or to reconnect with somebody. And while we were having these conversations and this time together and afterwards, I thought about Paul's short letter to Philemon, the owner of slaves. One of them, a fellow by the name of Onesimus, who had run away, somehow connected with the Apostle Paul. The Apostle Paul taught him the truth. He became a Christian. Somehow it found out, that Onesimus belonged to Philemon, and Paul had also taught Philemon. Anyway, long story short, Paul sent Onesimus back to Philemon with this letter. And in part of the letter that the Apostle Paul writes to Philemon, he says to him about Philemon, "For I have derived much joy and comfort from your love, my brother, because the hearts of the saints have been refreshed through you." And then later on, near the end of the letter, he says, um, "I wish to receive some benefit from you in the Lord. Refresh my heart in Christ." And evidently, Philemon was an individual that people enjoyed being around. He wasn't a downer. He evidently didn't complain a lot, and we all know what it's like to be around people who complain and moan and gripe and carry on about all the horrible things that are going on in their life. And none of us like to be around that person, and none of us like to be that person. And again, this past week, it was just so nice to reconnect with this individual, a good friend, and just talk and be one another. And we talked about good things. We talked about some sad things that had happened in our lives, but it was just good. It was just good to be around each other. And I have tried to be that kind of person that people enjoy being around, or at the very least, they it's not like they try to avoid me. I like to think that I'm the type of person that when I have a conversation with somebody and the conversation is over or the visit is over, they at least go away thinking that I'm a nice guy and that they enjoy being around me and that they enjoy talking to me and that I help make their burdens just a little bit lighter. And I hope we all strive to do that because it seems to me those are the kinds of people that God has called us to be. The kind of person who makes everybody's burdens just a little bit lighter by their attitude, by their demeanor, by what they say to others. Somebody who refreshes other people. Well, I strive to be that kind of person. I hope you strive to be that kind of person. And I pray that you'll have a great week.